Money has felt hard lately, not dramatic, not catastrophic, just quietly heavy. This is not a coincidence, and it is not a personal failure. It is a signal. And most people misread it. They assume they need to think differently, work harder, visualize better, fix something about themselves. But pressure is not a motivation signal. Pressure is a nervous system response. When money feels tight, the mind does not hear opportunity, it hears threat. And the moment your system feels threatened, it closes. Creativity narrows. Intuition goes quiet. Timing gets forced. The law of attraction does not respond to effort. It responds to coherence. And right now, your inner world may be out of sync without you realizing it. This video is not here to hype you up or convince you to pretend everything is fine. It is here to help you notice something subtle that changes everything. A small internal adjustment that removes resistance instead of adding discipline. Because money does not move toward urgency, it moves toward safety, toward clarity, toward a state where you are no longer bracing against life. If you stay with me, you may recognize that the struggle was never about money itself, but about how your system learned to relate to it. Here's the part no one explains. You can be responsible, intelligent, spiritually aware, and still feel blocked financially. Not because you lack belief, but because your body has associated money with tension. Bills, expectations, timelines, comparisons, all of it trains the subconscious to stay alert. And the law of attraction works through the subconscious first, not through logic. When your inner state says, "I need this to work," the universe hears something is wrong. That signal creates contraction. You may notice you overthink decisions, hesitate, or chase solutions that feel urgent but unsatisfying. That is not laziness or fear. That is self-protection. Modern life amplifies this. Constant information, constant measurement, constant pressure to optimize. The mind never fully rests. And when rest disappears, receptivity disappears with it. Attraction requires openness. Openness requires a sense of internal support. Until that support is restored, effort keeps reproducing the same results. This is where the shift begins. Not by changing your goals, but by changing the state from which you pursue them. At some point, trying becomes the problem. Not action, not responsibility, but the emotional charge behind it. When every financial thought carries urgency, your system stays in a constant state of correction. Fix this, solve that, catch up, get ahead. That mindset feels productive, but internally it reinforces one message. Something is missing right now. And the law of attraction does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are signaling as true. This is where many intelligent people get stuck. They consume content, apply strategies, repeat affirmations, yet nothing stabilizes. Because each attempt is layered on top of tension. The mind keeps pushing while the body keeps resisting. That internal split drains energy and dulls intuition. You stop hearing the quiet nudges that guide timing, conversations, and decisions. You may even notice that opportunities appear, but you feel too tired or skeptical to move on them. That is not bad luck. That is overload. Money responds best when it is no longer treated as a problem to solve, but as a relationship to regulate. And relationships collapse under pressure. The moment you stop correcting and start stabilizing your internal state, something shifts. Not externally at first, but internally. And that internal shift is what allows the next opening to appear without force. This is where the real work begins, and it is quieter than most people expect. The shift is not about convincing yourself that money is easy. It is about removing the emotional demand you have placed on it. When money becomes the condition for peace, confidence, or relief, your system stays in waiting mode. Waiting is tension, and tension blocks flow. The law of attraction operates through the signal you emit when nothing is happening, not when you are trying to make something happen. The gentle shift is this. You stop asking money to prove that you are safe. You reclaim that feeling internally first. This does not mean ignoring reality or responsibilities. It means changing the order. Safety before strategy, regulation before manifestation. When your nervous system settles, your perception widens. You see options that were invisible under stress. You speak differently. You make decisions with less urgency and more precision. That change in state sends a completely different signal. This is why forcing gratitude or repeating affirmations often backfires. The system knows when you are trying to override fear instead of listening to it. But when you allow yourself to soften without needing an immediate result, resistance dissolves naturally. Money does not rush toward desperation. It responds to coherence. And coherence begins the moment you stop bracing. When you stop bracing, something unexpected occurs. Your mind slows down just enough to hear itself. Thoughts lose their sharp edges. Decisions feel cleaner. You are no longer reacting to money. You are responding to life. This is not a motivational shift, it is a physiological one. Your system exits survival mode. And when survival mode ends, attraction can function again. You may notice that problems do not disappear, but they no longer dominate your attention. Bills become information instead of threats. Choices stop feeling like traps. Even small moments of ease begin to show up, not because circumstances changed, but because your relationship with them did. This is where alignment becomes practical. The law of attraction in modern life is not about controlling outcomes. It is about removing internal interference. From this state, action feels different. You still move, but without the weight, without the urgency, without the silent belief that everything depends on this one outcome. And paradoxically, that is when outcomes improve. Not dramatically, not magically, but steadily and reliably. The system is open again. That openness is what allows opportunities to land instead of sliding past you unnoticed. The next step is understanding why this phase often feels uncomfortable at first, and why that discomfort is a sign you are recalibrating, not failing. When you release pressure around money, the calm that follows can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar often gets mistaken for wrong. Your system has been trained to associate tension with responsibility. If you are not worrying, you must be missing something. That belief runs deep. So when you stop bracing, the mind may try to pull you back into urgency, just to feel normal again. This is a crucial moment, not because something is going wrong, but because your identity is shifting. You are moving from reacting to money to relating to it. The law of attraction works through identity first, results second. As your internal posture changes, the old patterns lose their grip. But before they dissolve, they ask for your attention one last time. You might notice thoughts like, I should be doing more, or this is too relaxed to work. Those thoughts are not intuition. They are echoes of conditioning. Modern life rewards tension, not alignment. But alignment is what sustains growth. If you can stay present without forcing momentum, your system learns a new baseline. A baseline where clarity replaces anxiety and direction replaces pressure. What comes next is not about waiting. It is about acting from a different place. A place where effort supports you instead of draining you. This is where many people misunderstand alignment. Releasing pressure does not mean stopping. It means moving without inner resistance. Action taken from calm carries a different quality. It is cleaner, more accurate. You are not trying to outrun fear or prove worth. You are responding to what makes sense now, and that difference is felt immediately, even if results take time to show. When the nervous system is regulated, intuition becomes practical. You notice timing. You sense when to wait and when to move. Conversations unfold more naturally. Opportunities feel lighter, not charged with expectation. This is the modern application of the law of attraction. Not mystical, not passive, but internally aligned. The outer world responds because the inner signal is consistent. You may take fewer actions, but each one carries more weight. Less scrambling, less second-guessing, less burnout. Money responds to clarity because clarity removes noise. And noise is what blocks follow-through, not lack of motivation. When your system trusts itself again, momentum rebuilds on its own. The final piece is understanding how to maintain this state in a world that constantly pushes urgency, and how to return to it when you feel yourself slipping back into pressure. The world is not designed to support this state. Notifications, deadlines, comparisons, constant input. All of it pulls attention outward and compresses time. That is why alignment is not something you achieve once. It is something you return to. And the return is simpler than most people think. You do not need a ritual or a routine. You need awareness of the moment pressure re-enters your body. The subtle tightening in your chest, the mental rush to fix or plan, that is your signal. Not to push harder, but to pause internally. To remind yourself that safety does not come from control. It comes from presence. When you catch pressure early, it does not spiral. This is how the law of attraction stays practical in modern life. You stop treating alignment as a spiritual state and start treating it as self-regulation. Money becomes one area of life, not the judge of your worth or future. And when money stops carrying emotional charge, it can move again. There is one last shift that ties everything together. A perspective that dissolves the idea that you are behind, late, or missing something. And when that belief releases, the system resets at a deeper level. The belief that you are behind creates more resistance than any external obstacle. It turns time into an enemy and progress into a race. But alignment does not move on timelines, it moves on readiness. When money slows or feels heavy, it is often because something in you is being reorganized. Values are shifting, priorities are refining, identity is catching up with the life you are building. Recalibration is not passive, it is internal restructuring. Old motivations lose power. External validation matters less. You begin to sense what is sustainable instead of what is impressive. This phase feels uncomfortable only because it does not come with instant feedback. But it is here that the foundation strengthens. The law of attraction responds to who you are becoming, not who you are trying to prove yourself to be. When you stop interpreting this phase as delay, urgency dissolves. And with it, the pressure that blocked movement in the first place. Money flows best when it is invited into a stable system, a system that trusts itself, that knows where it is going without needing constant reassurance. Finally, everything comes back to one simple truth. Money does not require you to become someone else. It responds when you stop abandoning yourself in the process of trying to get it. If money has felt hard, the answer was never to push harder against it. The shift was to stop turning it into a test of your safety, worth, or future. The moment you return to internal support, something fundamental changes. You move differently. You decide differently. You stop leaking energy into worry and start conserving it for clarity. The law of attraction in modern life is not about controlling reality. It is about cooperating with it. When your system feels supported, life responds with more options, better timing, and fewer dead ends. Not because you forced it, but because you removed the resistance that kept you locked in survival mode. You do not need to master money. You need to stop fighting yourself around it. When pressure releases, flow becomes possible again. And that possibility begins the moment you choose presence over urgency, regulation over force, and alignment over strain.